Okay. So this is called Your Wealth Threshold, the Art of Being Spoiled by Life. We are going to get more playful because sometimes these conversations can get really dense. These feelings can get really dense. And in general, the way in which they are dense is not attractive. I mean, at an electromagnetic level. It's not magnetic. And the art of being spoiled is fun and juicy and playful and a different energy from like, oh my God, I grew up believing that money doesn't grow on trees. And under that, I feel so, like that's valid. And also like, let's create the other pole. Let's create the other side of that makes us like excited to receive and be spoiled. So we're switching into that gear today. And I'm going to demand, no, I'm going to encourage you to do these exercises while this video is running. Because the thing that keeps us where we are is that we're not like we get the tools and then we just don't use them. So use these tools, especially today, because they're playful, they're fun, they'll expand your imagination, they'll change your energy instantly. Like, let's get into it. The identity shift, becoming the one who thrives in overflow. You're going to grab pencil and paper or pull up a document on your computer because you're going to take notes for yourself. You're going to journal this out and embrace, capture new sides of yourself or less seen sides of yourself than usual. I am going to name a few spoiled archetypes. And you are going to first recognize any immediate judgments that come up in response. And you will see what I mean when it happens. And then you're going to imagine that you are that archetype. And what would you be receiving? What would you doing? What would you be doing? What would your experience, life, etc. be like? Ready? Pull up a doc, grab the pen and paper, and here we go. The first archetype is a spoiled brat. So write spoiled brat. And then again, first step, judgments. What immediate judgments do you have about the spoiled brat? Then you're going to write the prompt. If I were a spoiled brat, and then you're going to fill in the blank and you're going to keep writing. And I always think it's a good idea to write for 90 seconds to 3 minutes or maybe fill up a page because that gives you the opportunity to kind of like oftentimes the first few times you're writing down a statement, you're kind of clearing out the cobwebs, cleaning out the pipes. I like to mix metaphors a lot. And then you kind of get into it, and then also your nervous system gets on board and your emotions get on board a little bit more. So if I were a spoiled brat, and then you want to write down what you would do, what you would receive, how people treat you, like any of those things. It doesn't have to be all of them, it can be any of them. And just see what comes up. Pause the video, do it now. Okay, number 2, trust fund kid. What immediate judgments come up for you? It's good to know what those are. And then if I were a trust fund kid, and same thing, what would you be doing? How would people treat you? What would people be giving you? And you can play with good and bad or ideal and less than ideal. It's good to note like what your associations are with these different archetypes. But also you really do want to explore like what would be juicy about it, what would be interesting about it. Because we did a lot of the limiting stories already. So like now we're looking for that juice. We want to recognize the limitations and we want to trying to think of a good fruit metaphor. We want to we want to juice that plum. I don't know. So do that now. If I were a trust fund kid, I number 3 archetype. This one is gendered, and I would invite you, even if you relate to a different gender, try this one out because it does have a very specific energy to it. Princess. So, what are your immediate judgments about princess? And then, if I were a princess, and explore your imagination. Pause the video, do it now. Beautiful. Those are the 3 archetypes we're playing with today. And the next prompt is if I were spoiled exactly as I like, I, and then fill in the blank. And this is the one you want to go into the most depth. And the other 3 prompts may have illuminated some things that you would really love and some things that you wouldn't love. So if you were spoiled exactly the way that you like, what would that be like? Pause the video, take some time with this, get ooey gooey, juicy, yummy, delicious, and come back. Okay, I'm gonna give you a clue now. You have your list of ways that you would love to be spoiled. It is possible to elevate your standards to that right now and accept nothing else. Anything that doesn't show up that way, bye. That's not always going to be reasonable in real life. Like if you're in a relationship with somebody, it doesn't even have to be romantic, but if you're in a relationship with somebody and you have been giving and they've been receiving, then it might take a little more finessing to get that switch going the other direction. But just to say, it is possible to just only accept that from now on, and the toggle will switch. You will start receiving. To that end, as you look down your list, is there something on your list of ways that you want to be spoiled that you are willing to choose right now, today, that your standard is now at that level? So maybe on your list it is, I receive foot massages every night. Would you be willing to ask somebody for foot massages every night? Or would you be willing to start going to the reflexology place and getting foot massages once a week? Like creating a new standard, like I will be doing this no matter what. Maybe you're spoiling on your list is having a personal chef. And maybe that's not in the budget right now, but maybe there's a friend who loves to cook for you, and you ask that friend to come, if you can come over once a month or once a week, and they can cook dinner for you because you love it so much and you want to feel spoiled. You can say that. You can say you want to feel spoiled, and that's your new standard. So I'm inviting you to pick one thing that you are willing to uphold no matter what, that will spoil the shit out of you. And remember, stay playful. This does not have to be like a hard thing. Be like, ooh, I want my I mean, you could even rub your own feet every night if that's on your list. Like, I love having my big toe popped. I want to do that every single night, and that's your new standard. So, like, let it be playful, let it be fun, let it be delicious. That's the point. Like, just getting something from someone doesn't always mean it feels right. So, like, what's the way that it can feel the best that you want to keep doing it? You want to uphold that standard because it's so good.